Countryman? Oh. So in the question, what can you do when you're awake? Yo, okay. Hello, welcome, European Commission, the whole world, my mom, my sister, my father, and all of my friends. We're starting the session number 7, and Despina Miron,
yes,
from Sibiu, Romania, will do her presentation, staff management and work ethic implementation.
Okay.
Take the floor, please. Big applause.
Thank you very much for giving me the chance to be here today. I am very pleased to be addressing you a topic that we all encounter. Topic that we probably all encounter in our cinema, that is regarding to staff commitment. So, I like to present you common challenge faced by our cinema staff, which is excessively using the mobile phone during the working hours. Especially this is a big problem from the people working in the front office. And the issue was not only with impact on efficiency, but also influence overall working environment. So let's explore how we tackle this situation through a STAR approach, and how we manage to improve the cinema experience atmosphere, both for employees and of course for the customer. So the situation, like I mentioned before, was that we have a lot of young people, employees in our cinema, and they are frequently using their mobile phone during the working hour, especially when there is a gap in the flow of customer, of the downtime. Not in the prime time where the more customers come, but in the downtime they are having some empty moments, and they are inevitably somehow reach their phone and they put it in their hand, because they are all young, and we know even us, we are connected to our phone. So despite our efforts to implement some rational usage of the phone policies, because of course we have some regulations, this remained a significant challenge, and with a very negative impact, like I say. To add to this, when the customers are seeing staff being unfocused and using their phone in the presence of the customers, creates an overall negative impact. So this is the situation. Regarding the task, was very clear. The problem was addressing to the staff, and we aim to create a more respectful and attentive work environment, enhancing overall customer experience. This required to find effective solutions beyond the traditional approach of enforcing some bans and sanctions, because they proved they didn't work, or at least they worked for a while, and after then inevitably everybody is returning to their old habits by having their phone close by and using it, like I said before. So the action that we took was to address this challenge, and we implemented district regulation, of course, and this proved, like I said, insufficient in improving employee behavior on a long term or a long run. So to tackle this, we introduced a positive incentive for responsible mobile phone usage. So we have invited our staff to put themselves also in the shoes of the customer, and to try to see the cinema from the customer perspective. How do you look when you're staying behind the desk and using your phone and somebody's crossing by? Because I forgot to mention, our cinema is located in a mall where there are people circulating most of the time. So the main question the staff has to answer is what would they have liked to see improved in our cinema day-to-day activity. So this was the action, and we also asked them to make a list of different actions they have implemented in the cinema to achieve a better customer experience. So for each action, they would get a reward. It was not very difficult for us to find some small reward, but important to them. For instance, we offer daily free coffee for everybody who's not using the phone, at least on the breaks, because of course on the breaks they are allowed to use the phone. And even more, every month the employees who's contributed the most toward this task would benefit from monthly gym-free subscription, because we have some partnership with the gym that's also located in the mall, and we somehow compensate with the small commercial before the screens, and it's not such a big cost for us to offer them this free gym subscription monthly. So in the positive outcome is evident, or the implementation of these new strategies was well received by the staff and led to a significant decrease in using the phone during the working hour. Employees respond positively to this initiative and demonstrating greater responsibility and somehow nurturing some leadership skills in them, probably. We hope that we obtain that. Did not only improve the whole work atmosphere, but also the efficiency of the entire team. And shortly, in conclusion, our journey addressing the mobile phone using showcased the importance of going beyond traditional and somehow strict and workplace and regulations by creating this, we call it dynamic work environment. We not only enhance the work condition and the benefits that our staff have to get it, but also have a positive influence overall the customer experience, which is what it counts also very much. It is important also to nurture this staff leadership skill, and this will has created actually a sense of belonging of our member staff and motivate them to uphold the reputation for the company they represent. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Despina.
Thank you.
There is I would say a room for one question, maybe, if there is someone who wants to ask something. Okay, cool.
In cinema, there are a lot of moments when there aren't customer. So if the ticket sale doesn't use their phone, what do you suggest they could do?
No, we are generally asking, when we ask them to put in the customer shoes, we say, look around you, see, if all the counters are full with the product, they are okay, if all the dust is clean everywhere around you, if your, I don't know, cards that you have on display on the counter, they are looking all right. There are plenty of things to do. It's pretty much like what we are doing at home. We're not sitting there waiting for something to happen. But when you are more present at the workplace, we can always find something to do in a cinema. Probably you all agree. And everybody in their spot have to look around and analyze what can they do. They sometimes are very small tasks, but make a difference. You all know that the content in cinema is pretty much the same everywhere. Beside the technical equipment, I firmly believe that customer care and cleaning of the cinema make a big difference in attracting new customers.
Did you also think of a hammer?
Of a hammer? For?
The phones?
For the phones? Oh, no. They have lockers in our cinema, and when they arrive at work, they are somehow obliged to put their phone and the money there. But like I said,
the phone and the money. Oh, okay, their money. Okay.
Their money.
Yeah. So, sorry. Okay.
Their money. Yes.
Leave the gun. Take cannoli. You know.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay.
But of course, during the breaks, they are going to the locker, taking their phones, and somehow magically they forget to put it back when they come from the break.
Okay. Thank you very much, Despina. Big applause. Thank you so much. And Margaux, please approach us. Oh, there you go. There's your microphone. Margaux from Belgium, Teambuilding with your crew.
Yes, thank you. So, hi guys. So, as you know, I recently started my position at Cinema Gallery. And fun fact, when I meet new people and tell them that I'm working in a cinema, they always have the same reaction. Wow, this is so cool, you must watch a lot of movies. And I'm like, not really, you know. We work a lot. And another thing I wanted to share. So when I was a student in cultural management, one of my teachers always said to us, you know, especially in cultural fields, people are the organization. And this sentence never really made sense to me until today, because now we are all professional working in cultural domain, and I truly believe that people are the organization. So, as a new member of my team, I needed to discover the organization, how to run a cinema, basically, how are the tasks made, by who, when, why, how to do all of this. So, to present you a bit, at Gallery we are 11 people working full-time, divided in 8 different departments. You all know the departments, I'm not gonna list them. And so we have people head of departments, we have people part of different teams. Of course, we work with volunteers and with students. And to keep up on the general calendar, we are doing weekly meetings, formal meetings, where we do an overview over the week, the previous week and the following week. And so now the organization was a bit more clear to me. I had to know the people a little bit more. And as a new member of the team, I had the privilege to talk to each member, to get to know a bit them personally, and to also catch the general vibe of the team. And very rapidly, I came to the conclusion that we were a very dynamic team, lots of passionate people, lots of very devoted people as well. But I could feel and hear that we needed to create a space to discuss several structural challenges. So what was my task regarding this situation? So as a very empathetic person, old school Girl Scout and HR manager now, I am deeply, deeply convinced that creating moments with the team and for the team, it's absolutely necessary. Because during those moments, we can get to know each other in another way than the formal professional ones. So creating spaces exclusively to talk about the team can improve the work climate, increase the sense of belonging, the involvement of the employees, enhance creativity, efficiency, and of course, let's hope, wellness at work. So now my goal was pretty clear. I wanted to implement HR monthly meetings. So now the question I asked myself was how to create dynamic and fun HR meetings. We don't want any boring meetings, you know. When I was thinking about it, how to catch attention, how to catch motivation, I found a book in the library of the office about ancient cinema in Brussels, and I found a double page about galleries or cinema. So I was like, okay, why not make a quiz about Cinema Gallery, because we're here every day, we know the place by heart. So basically, I divided the team into 4 small teams, and they had to find, of course, funny name for each teams. And that was the kind of question they had to answer: in what year was the cinema inaugurated, what was the original name, etc., etc. It was very successful and very enjoyable. Everyone laughed and played the game, so it was very nice. Then I decided to keep going on a SWOT analysis, which is a sort of diagnosis of the company made by the team for the team. And it was very important for me that we create this analysis, because people were talk to me privately about what they wanted to see as changes. So it was very important for me that we could share that with all of the team. So I give my team sticky notes, and on a gigantic board like this one, they could like point some stuff. So we highlight some strengths, obviously some opportunities and weaknesses and threats, and after congratulate ourselves for the strengths and opportunities, we going on the weaknesses and threats. So as you can see, internal communication came twice, so we highlight that together. And so what was the result of this analysis? As I just said, the main issue is still international communication, so I mean between the departments, the main organization and the cooperation. Another result was obviously to collect data about how the team felt at that time. And so now we decided all together to make HR meeting once a month. The second meeting already took place, and it was about flow of information, overview of tasks, to have an overview of everyone else's responsibilities. And so in conclusion, the key learnings from that was that the quiz and games works very well, because for starting the second meeting, we did a quiz about original soundtrack from movies, and it was a great success as well. So the SWOT is also a very nice way to start, because it's interactive, kind of anonymous. You can recognize the handwriting, but whatever. And teamwork, we could work together to highlight the difficulties. The difficulties in the process were the frequency of the meetings, because often different schedules, days off and stuff like that, so we had to reschedule sometimes the meetings. Keep attention and motivation of the team, because they're quite long. It's about 3 hours, 2.5. And to improve, I would say to prepare the meetings, prepare the meetings to keep the conversation on key points, because it's very easy to lose track of what you really want to highlight. Involve the team to create dynamic moments, so if everyone has an idea to make a game or something, it's always fun. And having real goals to achieve after the meetings to keep going on improving.
Thank you very much, Margaux. Right in time. Thank you so much. Any questions? Any questions? No, but keep the good work. Thank you, Mark. Ulla, please pass the microphone to Ulla from Sweden. Strategies to bring in and upskill volunteer staff. There you go, Ulla.
Thank you. And hello, Europe. This is the third day here, and I noticed that so many things have been said that I can relate to, and we share very many challenges and problems and similarities. But I also know that in some ways we are also different. And our cinema, Tollereds biograf, Folkets is one of those with some. There are some differences. As some of you might know by now, we don't have any staff at all. We work totally only with volunteers. So every one of us is a volunteer, which also means that now that you've been talking a lot about this with the professionality, so that is something that you might say that we perhaps lack. But Tollereds biograf, the full name is Tollereds biograf, Folkets bio. Folkets bio means people's cinema. And Folkets bio is a bigger organization like over the whole of Sweden, and the cinemas are then like individual organizations, and we can show the Folkets bio because they also distribute films. So we show a lot of the films that they have bought into Sweden, but we are free to show whatever. But one thing I feel that I must mention here is that we then also get the support from the national organization and also from the other Folkets bio cinemas in Sweden, and that is I think really very important. I have to say some words about our history. The cinema was founded in 2003, the same year when I moved to Sweden, I've moved in the summer, and the cinema was founded in January. And this was then in the old days. What was the German, was it Marvin? Yeah, who talked about this, how it used to be in the 80s and how it is now, and I could very much relate to that. And I mean, that was the time when there were only 35 millimeters and so on. And at that time, our cinema had 2 screenings per week, Sundays and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, and then once a month, a Sunday matinee for children. And that was very much how it was for many, many, many years. But then came this big revolution, the digitalization. And I remember, because I was then on the board in our cinema when the rumors came, and we realized that it was digitalize or die. It was very much like that, and we thought in the beginning that our cinema, so Tollered's biograf is Sweden's the smallest cinema in Sweden. We have 1 screen and 24 seats. So we thought that we would be too small to get the financing for the digital equipment, which was really, really big. But then we also got support from the national board, and they said that we believe in you, and then we started to believe in ourselves. And then there was a big, you could say, clash between the members of the cinema, because there were those who thought that this is how it always has been, Sundays and Wednesdays and once a month, and let's not try to do anything more than that. And then there were, of course, some of us who said that, hi, we have a cinema, and now we have the opportunity to really do a lot more than we used to do. And then we had a lot of ideas. So then we had more and more screenings. We had knitting cinemas where we sit and knit. Sit and knit, yes, and there are a little bit of light. We had soup cinema. Already? No. Yeah, but then I'll rush to the problem, and that was when we had more screenings. Then we needed to have more volunteers, because otherwise we ended up working full time without getting paid. So then was the big question, how to raise volunteers. So we did, in a small place, it's always this mouth-to-mouth, and we had flyers, and we also had this, we had a breakfast. Someone talked about breakfast meetings, and breakfast meetings are really, really good. And then we had this brainstorming, and we started to talk, why do you want to be a member at the cinema? What are you offered, and what can you give in instead?
No more minutes. I cannot give you no more minutes.
Cannot. Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah. No minutes. So I just then said that we got a lot of new volunteers. One of the things was a local gym. One of our volunteers was gymming, and he started to talk to friends, and suddenly now we have a lot of people who are willing to take part of the work at the cinema. Yes? And I'll finish here. You can ask me more another day.
Any more questions for the smallest cinema in Sweden? Later.
Later.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, now we'll continue with Patrycja, of course, and this is part of the open slot. So a presentation of Patrycja, roles distribution in a family business.
I do have a presentation. No, I won't do this without, sorry. Okay, maybe I'll start. So I'm going to talk about distributing role in a business family, and as you may already know, I do run this old school Cine Żeglarz in Jastarnia with my granny and my mother for 43 years now. Like, not me, but them. Okay, so we are here, and I don't have this clicker, all right. And this is our cinema before the neon we got in 19. It's right. It looks like this right now, and this is us, and this is us now. But okay, this is my granny and this is my mother, and the building is a pre-war one, and back then it was a restaurant. During the Second World War, the function of the building was changed to the cinema, and because of the time limitation, I will just tell how it started in 30 seconds. This is my grandfather, and he used to be the youngest exhibitor in Poland in 1966. He was back then 22 years old, and he ran the cinema with my granny. That was a great love. He ran Kino Żeglarz in Wejherowo. It's like 50 kilometers from Jastarnia. Okay. And later in the 80s, they started to go for the holidays to Jastarnia with my granny, and my granny fell in love with Peninsula Helski. That's why when there were those, political changes, there was an opportunity to take care of Żeglarz. What my grandfather did, and just gave the cinema as a gift to my granny, and this is us as well. Okay, faster. It's important because it showed us what are our strengths and weaknesses in three of us during the COVID. Actually, when the cinemas was closed, we were locked at our home together for 3 months, and we wanted to keep in touch with our viewers, and we started doing charades. That was charade 0, and we were, inspired by films, and we just posted for 68 days in a row at 9 p.m. At Facebook and on Instagram, and we used only things we already had at home. That was wow. That was a lot. Yeah, and it turned out that my granny has a great actor's talent. I'm pretty good at conception and production, and also with communication after with viewers. And my mother has a great manual skills, so she did all stuff with makeup and scenography. Yeah, some more. And like all the media, like seriously, all the media, almost in Poland wrote about us back then. Terminator. Okay, and then there was another lockdown year later, and we had a big crisis because we couldn't have like premieres and the cinema going on. So we did another round, and there were like 55 probably, and that was a micro scale, of course. And what turned out later, yeah, run Forest, of course, run. What turned out after this that my granny actually is now a brand hero of Żeglarz. Like she's the like yes, she's the face, like the main face of the cinema, of course. Yes, she's the one who carries the history, the tradition, and also the distance to herself, and people love her. And Babi, Yes, Babinex, and we call her Babi right now.
So, you know, she's a carrier of a history, she's the symbol of a multi-generational history of the cinema and so on. She also do the stuff with financial things, till now, even though she's now, of course, 25. Okay, my mom is a totally magician if it comes to all that manual stuff. So if we have a hole in the roof, she goes up and she just do it by herself. Like seriously, really, she paints all the cinema. She also sells the tickets, and she knows our, viewers since 1991. So we have those structured actual generations. Like I know many people there who come just to, high five and have some fun. And my mother know the elder audience. Many of it. Okay, I won't. And that's me, and that's all. So I arrange the repertoire, do the marketing, programming, everything, events, partnerships, and yeah, like that. That's it. It's these are our roles in the Żeglarz cinema. Yes.
On the button, the last point.
Yes, because I have the tattoo done in the cinema, and sometimes we also have people who in our, hall. Yes, we do the tattoo sessions in. No, I'm not. No. I have mine from the cinema, but in other people as well have tattoos done at the cinema, our cinema.
Okay.
That's it. And yeah, if you like to fit people to their jobs, you just need to take under consideration what are they good at, and most important for me is that what they, as themselves, feel good about. Like it's more important for me, in my opinion. So that's us.
Thank you.
Good, I like your pace. That was good. Small questions?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
It's not that easy. We all tried.
Yeah.
We were already invited to 2 cinemas in Poland just to come and do event with them. And my granny was telling a story about the history of our cinema. So, okay, we are open to it.
She was almost adopted then. Yeah. No, okay. But it's actually what Marvin said yesterday. It's about making a brand of your cinema, and you actually made a brand of your family. So that's really interesting. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to do the same setup as we did yesterday. So one group will go out and the other group will stay here. Let's keep the same groups like we had yesterday. So the group that yesterday went out stays in, and the group that stayed in goes out.
And you're staying with Oana or what? Yeah.
No, we stay. Go out if you go out. And
Welcome, welcome. We have to start right now. We'll be not waiting for those. Oh, okay. So now, session 8, sorry. It's Friday, yes. Collaborate to innovate. And we have with us Nadia Wolf from Europa Cinemas. Give her applause. Those are our hosts. And please, go ahead.
Okay, can you all hear me? Like this? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so hi everyone. For those who I haven't met, I'm Nadia. I work at Europa Cinema since January this year. You don't hear me? You have to be very close. Very close, okay. Better like this? Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm Nadia. For those who I haven't met yet, I work at Europa Cinema since January this year, and I'm the coordinator of Collaborate to Innovate. I'm very happy to be here. This is the first time I'm presenting this, so please be indulgent with me. Okay, so what is Collaborate to Innovate about? Initiated by Europa Cinemas, thanks to the support of Creative Europe Media in 2001. Collaborate to Innovate is a flagship scheme that aims to reward outstanding, innovative... Sorry. Is it okay now? Okay, so, okay. Thank you, sorry.
We're going to start again. Your time starts. Take it easy. Have fun.
Okay, thank you. So Collaborate to Innovate is a flagship scheme that is was initiated by Europa Cinemas, and thanks to the support of Creative Europe Media in 2021. And it rewards outstanding, innovative and collaborative projects implemented by cinemas that are members of the Europa Cinemas network. So the initiative is built around 5 core ideas. Innovation, recognizing that new approaches are necessary to deal with the challenges in culture, audience, technology and industry. Collaboration in the sense of partnership and network building within Europa Cinemas and beyond. Sustainability, meaning both environmental responsibility, but also innovation that can be replicated and shared for long-term development in the network. And the last 2 points, adaptation and replication. So copying and adapting is at the heart of the Collaborate to Innovate mission, meaning that so the scheme encourages new ideas, but recognizing that it is unrealistic and wasteful to expect every cinema to have a new solution for the same problems in every cinema. So we consider that good projects learn from previous work and mistakes. So the aims and goals of Collaborate to Innovate is to foster collaborative innovation in the social, cultural, and especially in the digital technique area on a European and national level. Sorry. It encourages exhibitors to integrate inclusion and environmental sustainability into their work, and it's supposed to increase the skills and competitiveness of cinemas to face shared challenges, especially in the post-COVID context. Another goal is to enable a maximum participation of network exhibitors and to promote circulation and visibility of European film, increase the audience outreach, especially among young people. And the last point is to create value for the whole network through learnings, for example, via key performance indicators to measure the success of a project or via case studies. So the qualification criteria for collaborate to innovate projects. So the call of 2004 was open to Europa Cinemas network members whose European results in programming have led to financial support in 2021 and 2022, so the 2 years, the 3 years before the actual call year. Participants in one project must represent exhibitors that are economically independent from each other, and each project must have a minimum amount of participating partners, name a coordinator, and they must agree to a case study evaluation. A group of cinemas can only submit one project a year, that can only be supported once, and they can only be partner in one project. The applications have to be in English, and there is a minimum requirement of quality of a project to be funded. Yeah, and as you can see on the right side, there are country categories. These categories are thought to make it possible for smaller European countries to apply. And to mount a national project, you have to have at least 3 participants from any A or B country, or 2 participants from a C or D country to apply, at least 5 participants from 2 countries from a or B country for an international project, and 3 participants from 2 countries, at least 2 countries, from C or D category countries to apply. And again, each applicant must include the minimum number of partners who have to meet the criteria that I was mentioning just before. Okay, let's have a look at the financial support. So the submitted projects are studied and examined by a selection committee that are outside of Europa Cinemas. And the projects need to have a minimum of 30 points to be eligible, with a maximum of 55 points. The point system goes from 0 to 10. So there are 5 points for collaboration and 0 and 10 for everything else, like innovation, sustainability, replication, and adaptation. The overall scheme budget, if there is 0 point in one category, the project is eliminated. The overall scheme budget is 1.5 million euros, and the maximum amount per project is 100,000 euros. And Europa Cinemas contributes 70% of overall expenditures for a project if the main coordinators is from an A and B country, and 80% if the coordinators are from C or D countries. So since the kickoff in 2021, 45 projects have been supported in the framework of Collaborate to Innovate. In 2023, there was a record number of 70 projects, and we're currently studying this year's applications. The call closed on February 19th. A couple of projects will be presented after and have been presented already. And I will give you a quick overview of a couple of projects just to show the variety of projects that Collaborate to Innovate supports. So New Reality, you don't see it really, it's on the left. It's a Dutch project that introduces virtual reality productions to cinemas. Then we have, Then we have Cinema Without Barriers, the Polish edition that was presented by Adriana. I don't know if she's, yep. And yet it aims at to promote programs for people with sensory and physical disabilities, and also with low income. Then we have the Estonian project Kinola, which is a software for small-size cinemas to support their work in film programming, promotion, and audience development. We have Mieux Manger au Cinéma, which is a French project that offers healthier and more sustainable and local food at the cinemas, and promotes food-related activities in cinemas. We have a Romanian project, which is Cinema Together, where cinemas negotiate direct deals with distributors for European films that have no distribution in Romania. And another aim is to optimize the accessibility and inclusion for visually impaired people, elder audiences, and cinema-deprived communities. And then we have Cineville, which will be presented right after, I think. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and then we have Cineville, which is an art house pass subscription, which was implemented in Belgium, is currently implemented in Germany, and was also inspired an Austrian project, the Kino Abo non-stop in Austria. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's a big variety of projects. There's many more that you can find on our website. Yeah, you will find all the projects that we support on the Europa Cinemas Collaborate to Innovate website, as well as the guidelines, the videos on the workshops on where we explain how to mount a good project. And also, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. We're happy to hear from you. Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
There are questions. So,
I have a question in terms of requirements. Do you absolutely have to have a project across different countries, or
no?
No. Okay.
You can also have a national project, but it has to have, depending on which, for you it's Belgium, you have to have a minimum number of partners, and they have to meet the criteria, meaning they have to be supported.
Okay.
They have to support.
But
have
it
to
can
support
be
in programming.
like Belgian-based, if
But they
was the
have
case.
to meet the criteria.
Okay. Thank you.
anyone else? We have some time, so you can use Nadia's presence.
I forgot
Maybe
to
some-
mention. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
I forgot to mention there's also a Facebook group where sometimes cinemas who have an idea or project, they post it, and so if you're interested in collaborating with another cinema, you can reach out to them. So it's an easy platform to get in touch with other cinemas or exhibitors.
Maybe some of you have already an idea for collaborate to innovate. No?
And also, again, you don't have to have a new idea. You can also, if something works out, you see that something works out. That's what we're trying to explain it with the replication and adaptation idea.
Implementation,
Exactly.
As
It's also,
Cineville.
you don't have to have a new solution for a problem, because from what I heard already, the last days, every cinema faces pretty much similar problems. So you can adapt it to your local market.
Yeah.
All members need to be.
Please use the microphone.
Okay, don't shut up. All the members of the project must be the members of Europa Cinemas as well. Yes.
There must be a minimum amount of cinemas that are members of the Europa Cinema network members. There can be partners that are not members, but they won't receive any funding.
Anyone else? We tried to do some projects, I will share, and it always, we couldn't finish because we just heard about there's a deadline approaching. Then we had a very great brainstorming among our crew, and then trying to contact other cinemas we think to work with, and then, those regulations, and you have to get really into details and have really something strong to be precise, and you have a good idea. So thinking through for the next year, because you already have a deadline this year. Yes?
The deadline was the 19th of February, but we have workshops where we help to explain the guidelines and what you have to respect to have a solid project, because the selection committee also looks at the quality of the project. So they will pay attention if a project seems solid, if they're measurable key performance indicators. And often what often happens is that a budget is overestimated just to get more money, and this is often a criteria that doesn't pass. So it has to be solid.
Yeah, definitely. So think it over for the next year. Maybe you have a couple of months to find partners. Use those space that we have here during the lab. Maybe some of your colleagues would like to cooperate with any. It could be any initiative. It could be like a technological solution, an event. Programming or
For young audiences.
Yeah. Just be careful and read all details because it's tricky. Yeah. So be aware that there are a lot of points to fulfill, and so on and so on. Yeah, thank you, Nadia.
Thank you.
Thank you, applause. Thank you for this. And now, Gaile, Did I pronounce it good, or should I? No? I thought so. So if we use the microphone to give me the proper pronunciation of your name, so I will. Yeah. So no. My name is Gaile, sorry. Lithuania. Oh my God, playing cinema, cross-border film education programs. There you go. Collaborate to innovate, yes. Within the collaborate to innovate, yes? Am I right? Yes. Go ahead, please.
Is it working now? Okay. Okay. So I will present our Collaborate to Innovate project Playing Cinema that we are implementing now with 2 partners from Croatia, Kino Valley and Kino Gai. Yes. We are on a mission to bridge the gap between cinema and gaming, opening doors to a whole new audience. Our vision is to blend entertainment and education and creating an ecosystem where cinema becomes a journey of discovery, engagement, and learning. In this project, we have 4 main activities, which is European film sessions, quiz game, educational cards, and a board game. We communicate about our project's activities mainly on social media, but we also sent out newsletters, made videos introducing film program and quiz games. And I'm glad that our communication approach worked well. And we had an average of around 150 viewers per screening and an average of around 35 participants at the quiz games. Yes, about film screenings. Our film program showcases a diverse selection of films from across Europe, from different genres, different decades. We aim to captivate audience and deepen their appreciation for the rich diversity of European cinema. The most popular film of the program was the last one, which was La Dolce Vita, and it was completely sold out even a few days before the screening. Why is not? Yeah, yeah, but it's still not working. Yeah, could you change the slide, please? Yes, perfect. Quiz sessions not only celebrate the diversity of European cinema, but also encourages attendees to learn more about films and filmmakers, and just fostering a sense of community among fellow enthusiasts. And our audience really liked these quiz games, and we see that each time there are coming more and more people, and we even have few teams that have not missed a single session so far. Yeah, same problem. Different slide. Oh, yeah. Also, in this project, we created educational cards, which is a tool for sparking insightful discussions among our younger audience. So film educators, teachers, and families can leverage these cards to delve deeper into film scenes and concepts and the language of cinema. These cards are available in Lithuanian, Croatian, and in English. They can be downloaded free of charge from the project partners' websites. You can also download by scanning the QR code on the screen. Yeah, and I hope that this easily accessible educational tool will inspire other cinemas to expand their offering of educational activities if you don't have any, or if you have not enough. Oh. No, not working. Is it possible just to change the slide? You can scan the code if you didn't have time. Thank you. Yes. And a board game, which we are very proud about. Designed for players aged 12 and above. This game transports participants into the role of cinema managers, where they're challenging them to curate various film events, improving their cinema theater, and navigate unforeseen obstacles. The game will be available in Lithuanian and Croatian. We're still waiting for the game to come back from the press, which will be very soon, like in 1 or 2 weeks, and we're already planning a game launch event.
Will it be in English as well?
Not yet. Yes. So our project is more than just games and quizzes. It's about cultivating a passion for cinema among the next generation of European film enthusiasts. By leveraging the power of play, we are creating dynamic educational experiences that will inspire curiosity, spark creativity, and nurture lifelong love for European cinema. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry for the interruptions. Are there any questions? Maybe someone's already to go and collaborate with it. Anyone? Any questions? Details? Do you want to have those cards? Use it? Me too, definitely, definitely. And waiting for the English translation for the board game for sure. Very good team, I really like.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, I have printed cards in Lithuanian, but if you want to see how it looks like, I can show you after and translate some into English.
We can play.
Sure. We can watch a movie and play tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Big applause. Great job.
Thank you.
And then from Lithuania, we're traveling to Croatia. Lara, please join us. Lara, there you go. And once again, happy birthday. Thank you. Let's start.
The devil machine here. Can you hear me? Yes. All good? Shall I just try if this is working? No, but then I can tell you when to change the slide, maybe. Yeah. If that's gonna be okay.
If you feel comfortable with that.
Oh yeah, it's working. It's working now at the moment. Good day. I'm here on the behalf of the Kino Mediterrane to present a project that was also developed under the Collaborate to Innovate initiative, and it's called Let's Start from Zero. We developed this program with with 2 other partners, cinema from Croatia. One is from Dubrovnik and another one is from Rijeka. And to start with, I would say that one of the goals of the Kino Mediterrane is not only to digitalize as many cinemas that we can in our county and provide tech and programming support, but is also to bring a cinema experience to those communities who have no cinema infrastructure at all. And this project actually enabled us to offer an added value to the existing screenings that we are doing in those communities. All right, so the key points of the project would be new audience development and their education from an early age, since the project is focusing on families with young children up to age of 7. Kino Mediterrane, as the main coordinator, has created a project outline, calendar and implementation plan, but of course a lot of activities have been implemented by each partner at their end, and they are adjusted to the needs of their audience. Attention is particularly focused on content, having in mind, so for the screenings, to have a screening of a film for very young kids, like let us say age 3, we have in mind the duration of the film, because they don't have a very long attention span. quality and dubbed material. We face some challenges with the dubbed material because there is not that many that we can use to. So we were trying to approach to this challenge by teaming up with the students of academies and to offer them to dub movies and to adjust them in Croatian language so we can have some more content to work with. And however, workshops have been proven actually to be the key point, actually key element for more in-depth engagement with kids, and the parents, partners, and children are very grateful to these offerings, and the feedback is basically the same, like we want more. And I will show you what are the activities then. So far we had screenings in each of our partnering cinemas, and for now we are showing screenings of short films. And after that screening, they talk with an artist educator or workshop manager, and then they continue, and then they make a poster or a visual based on what they've been seeing and based on what they understand actually. And just to mention, all of these short movies that we are now screening at the moment are made by books, children books. They are all made by Croatian animators, and all of them happen to be women. Yeah, I thought it was a good information. In order to work on more continuous ways, so not just to have screening and then workshop and that's it, we created My Film Diary. It's a booklet for them back. It's a booklet, 2 pages. 1 page is reserved for some questions, like what was your favorite character, what did you like about the movie. Then they have a space to create their own visual, a poster, and then after every 5th entry to the cinema, they will receive a gratis ticket, and we make sure we track their progress, because on the end of the diary we have like a stamp field, so they collect stamps. We believe it will create for them a more engaging experience. They will create memories. They will talk with their friends about the movies they have been seeing, and also it will motivate them to keep filling this diary, basically. And one of the workshops is also focusing on drawing one first story. How much time do I have? Okay, good. Good. One of the workshops is also focusing on drawing one first stories, where they will be working with a professional screenwriter on adapting the stories in a scriptable format and how to make it visual. And then now let's talk about some results, key learnings, and future. So we believe that understanding the audience needs was the most important thing to do to develop this project, and to bring toddlers in the cinema, young ones. It's not an easy task for a parent. It's messy, it's loud, they have to leave. I think they feel sometimes embarrassed if their kids is making the most of the noise. And the parents of the young kids are first to actually get cut from the cinema. They stop going into the cinema for several years until their kid is old enough to attend the screenings. So we were trying to think of giving them a safe space and the screenings for them to attend. Importance of the good partnership. Also, the feedback was really so positive, and and so this project will be finishing in the mid-June. We have some other activities to implement. We still have to launch this diary and this screening script activities. And also we are already now have granted funds to continue the activities. And we are thinking of finding future fundings to, just to continue on this level.
Okay, thank you so much. Very nice presentation, very nice work. Any question from you guys? Yeah.
We have a similar concept where I work, and I was curious, the funding that you get, where did you use it? Was it to buy films or to get someone on board from your team working especially on that, or to produce
It was to dub. Dub is very expensive. That's why we teamed up with that academia students, actors, and offer them to make dub for us. We are paying for the workshops, of course.
And extra people from your institution doing the workshops? Or
No, we outsourced that. We
Okay.
teamed up with just outsource artists, and they are conducting the workshops. And I just forgot, I have to mention one thing, sorry. The design that you saw, all of the pictures, we teamed up with the Croatian illustrator, so she's been also working with kids, which happened to prove been a great idea actually to work with her, because she really developed nice design, and that stamp will be used for further activities, so we really want to continue.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to add regarding, because as it's a Collaborate to Innovate funding, you can finance 30% of your stuff if they allocate it, if they work on the project. So the staff cost can be funded on up to 30%. So just keep in mind.
That one.
That was actually my question to all of you who will present projects from Collaborate to Innovate. Who actually coordinates the project? Because we are out of staff, we have no time and so on. I'm so always curious whether do you have like an extra person, or like all of you who will present, or how do you deal with that one? Because there is a lot of work.
Yeah, to
cover
just to set up
yeah,
everything.
and communication between the
And
cinemas is
the
also
cinemas, we are all on the coast, like north, middle, and then further south.
No walking distance.
No walking distance, very, very bad roads sometimes. But we do have a outsource person who knows us very well, and she does basically most of our applications for fundings and these kind of things.
Okay.
And
So
she's paid honorarily, so she's not under us, but she's kind of like a partner, outsourced.
yeah, I understand.
Non-employee, I mean, on a full-time job.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Big applause. Last but not least, Margaux. Yeah, welcome. Belgium, and implementing Cineville from Netherlands to Belgium, yes? There you go.
Yes, Mike is here, sure. So, can you go back to the first one? And the one before? Thank you. So hi again, guys. Talking about Cineville right now. So have you been dreaming of a pass that offers unlimited access to art house cinema and supports them? Well, Cineville has done it. Next one. So, Cineville, as Tom said yesterday, was inspired by an initiative set by Dutch students 15 years ago. Frédéric Cornet, director of Cinema Gallery, was inspired by a conference at the Europa Cinemas network in Lisbon in 2029, where a presentation of Cineville was done. So after long months of work and collaboration, the Cineville Belgian Pass was successfully launched in June 2022. So after the conference, Frédéric decided to make a survey around our viewers to know if such kind of pass would interest them. And the result was very, very clear. Our audience was very much into it. We can highlight some other reasons why it was a good launch to do it in Belgium. So during the COVID situation back in 2020, customers' habits have changed. Now we have like some kind of all-you-can-eat principle that people are very into it. We wanted to offer also an unlimited subscription offer for the independent exhibitors because it already exists for us in Belgium for the chain cinema, but not for independent exhibitors. We also wanted to create a community around art house cinema. because it didn't exist yet either, and to attract younger audience and to change a bit the image of art house cinema. So our target audience was mainly under 26, but between 18 and 24. Next. Can you do next? Par favor, s'il vous plaît. Ça marche pas. No, it's okay. Oh, right. Okay, so with a Cineville card, you can have access as a customer. You have access to a website, a magazine, soon an app, and a community of movie lovers. So the price, it's not written, but in Belgium it's a bit different than in the Netherlands. So it's 18 euro per month if you are under 26, which is very cheap, and 21 euro per month as a normal price. And as a cinema, you can have access to a community of cinema, a network. So as a start, we were only 4, so Gallery, so our cinema, the Palace, the Vendôme, and the Adventure. And now we are happy to say that we are 8 in this network, so it's really nice. And so as a cinema, you have also access to a unique marketing tool and a whole brand that can increase, of course, your audience. Oh, no. Yes, okay, to increase your audience, let's talk a bit about figures and key figures. So here you can see it's the figures from 2022, the launching year. And as you can see, we had, in the first first months of launching, we had 4,000 members, which is, in my opinion, very good. One of our goals was also achieved, because as you can see here, the majority of Cinevillers is 25 years old, so it's a pretty cool point for us. And very recent figures from February 2024, we had almost 21,000 entries around Belgium in only 29 days, which is an average of 725 entries a day, which is very cool numbers as well. Good grow in subscription as well, 34 subscription a day, with today a total of 8,000 subscribers around Belgium. And with a last number, an average of 2.63 visits per Cineviller per month. So as well, interesting numbers. So as you can see, customers and Cinevillers are already convinced with the pass, with the numbers, but we need also, of course, to convince the distributors that the pass will give them positive aspects. So for us, it was easy because the Benelux distributors already know the positive aspect, thanks to the Netherlands for sure. But it was a challenge to convince the majors, so for instance, Universal and Sony. And so, as Tom explained yesterday, we present them as well the part of the revenue that is dedicated to them. So with Cineville Pass, you not only satisfy your movie hunger, you also support filmmakers and the independent film theaters, because in Cineville, 90% of the contribution goes to the distributors. And as Tom said yesterday, the part is just, so they pay, and then we divide the price between the cinema and the distributors, so 90%, and 10 to 15% goes to the Cineville Pass to run it, actually. And last but not least, the key learnings, for today, perspective. So we have 8 cinema, there is a little mistake, in Brussels and 6 in Wallonia, where K10 is already part of it. So with the Cineville card, we have access to data and data analysis, which is very helpful to cater to specific audience for us and specific demographics. As a first alumni of Collaborate to Innovate, we helped other cinema as well to develop their own approach to the pass. So for instance, the non-stop kino in Austria. I didn't do it myself, but the cinema gallery has done it. And so previously also at the Paris Cinema Network in 2022, many other countries approach us to have some advices and tips to finish the presentation. Some difficulties in the process just here listed, and if you have any question, do not hesitate, of course, to approach us, and we'll be happy to help you guys.
Thank you so much, Margaux, and please stay with us because we still have time, and there is a question. Yes.
Thank you. I was curious, why is it necessary to convince distributors? Because you're not paying per ticket, but how are you actually paying them?
It's the subscription model, but maybe Thomas, you can ask, because you told me that it was difficult for you to convince the distributors. We had this conversation, if you don't mind, but can be nice.
Well, the major, like Universal and Warner Brothers, they would like you to have a certain amount of money. So they want to have a fixed rate of 10 euros for the ticket, minimum guarantee for the ticket price, and they don't want to go lower than that. So it's a bit. That's but you had an answer to that.
As I said, so the ticket price for us now, so the money we receive from Cineville, it's €7, and so per ticket, yes. So you get the guarantee. So after, for instance, I don't know, 1,000 entries a month, you will get the money from it, and then we divide with the distributor in a normal share, you know. So the first week of the screening will be 50%, and then it go less and less by the weeks.
Instead of convincing them, could it be that the cinema gets less and they get their share?
Both of them will get the share in the end.
No, I mean a bigger share than the cinema. If that's their minimum guarantee. I'm just asking, I'm not saying it's good to do it.
What do you think, Tom, about that? It's the same discussion we had yesterday.
Yeah, but well, actually what you're saying, so if you're a Cineville cinema, you would pay more movie rent.
It's not a rent, it's their share from the ticket. Because it's the same here in Bulgaria. They have a minimum guarantee of, let's say, 3.5 leva, which is, in euro it's less. And they cannot go below that. And that's their rule. I mean, that's how they work.
Okay.
So what I might do is just give them a bit more. If I get, if from Cineville I get less, I'm not going to give them 50%, I'm going to give them 60 or 65, whatever they need to cover the minimum guarantee. I don't know if it's clear what I'm saying.
Yeah. So actually what you're saying in Bulgaria, that you have a minimum guarantee
for certain majors.
But on the ticket price.
On the ticket price.
Yeah, so actually in the Netherlands, I can only speak for the Netherlands of... I can only speak for the Netherlands, but in the Netherlands it's not allowed, because actually what the distributors are doing then is making your prices, and that's considered like illegal influencing on the prices. So what can happen is that they say, hey, if your box office is too low, we don't gonna give you the movie. That can be used as a leverage, of course, but we are a little bit more ahead, so we're 15 years there, and they really like Cineville because they see that in certain cities, for example in Amsterdam, it's a very big market, in the Netherlands, in some cinemas it's like 50% of the visitors is Cineville already.
50%?
50, for some big cinemas there. So the ticket price is, and you're talking about €7, we are already on €9, so it's lower.
It was 2.5 and you said 2.63, right? Yeah, which is still amazing.
Yeah, but your frequency is 263. Yeah, because that's typical for the Cineville data. If you have more visitors or more paying subscribers, then the frequency will go down. And if the frequency go down, it means that you're getting more money. You don't have to pay as much. So that means that your average ticket that Cineville can pay to you will go up. So in the beginning, you will have the heavy users, and they will go like 10 times. And those are the expensive guys for Cineville. Yeah.
Any other question? We still have time.
Thank you for your help.
So feel free to Margaux or Lara or Nadia, as we.
Okay, maybe it's a question to anybody of yours three, because I visited many labs like it, no, not so many, but maybe it's 2, 3. And I hear about this project maybe 3 times or 4 times, and for me was difficult to find partners from any country, because it's necessary to believe each other and maybe to know it. What's your experience with this part of project? Yeah. To find the ideal partner and to make group of partners communicate. I know anything about the project. How does it look like? But I am interested in the stories of making this group of people.
I wasn't actually there when they tried to find partners because it was Frédéric Cornet. But I guess it was easy for him to convince, thanks to the Netherlands. We were like
very good numbers.
Very good numbers, and then it was going great for them. And then we have like this area in Brussels where we have multiple art house cinema, which can help also. So we all pretty much know each other. So I guess that was a point on our side. To convince them to collaborate together instead of competition, it was more or less the collaborative way. I will say that was pointed. Maybe the others from Collaborate want to.
I have a question because so far, Netherlands, Belgium are developed markets. We have similar things in France. Do you think, knowing this scheme, this is possible in less developed territories, like less intense markets? And also, is there a possibility that at some point, let's say if the market turns, that the Cineville might go bankrupt? What happens then? Is this something that is foreseen in some way in the statute of in the foundations of the Cineville organization? Just a question.
Yeah, it's a long question.
The advocate for this one.
We can go together. Go for it.
Let's give a start.
No, I'll say I know some of you guys told me that in Italy it's quite more complicated because such kind of pass it's harder to implement. But I know like other countries, as Germany, I think you said, was also going on. So I guess if the collaborative work is like when we support each other, maybe not on the financial part, maybe you know more about it. But I'm not sure actually.
You asked a lot of questions in one sentence, so I try to. But when shit hits the fan, that's actually what you're saying. Then of course, then everybody will have a problem. But if there's going to be a big economic crisis, Cineville will have a problem. But every independent cinema will have a problem. That will go hand in hand in my eyes. And of course, what we do as a board for Cineville twice a year, we check is there enough money, and if it's not there, then the price has to go down. And on a certain moment, now everybody's happy with €9. But when it's going to be 6, yes, of course, then we have a whole more difficult conversation with distributors and so on. But at this moment, we don't have any indication that it will go down. Especially during COVID, everybody stayed, or more or less everybody stayed. Hey, you can help your cinemas, you can help the distributors, you can help the movie landscape in the Netherlands. So please, if you can, please pay on. And a lot of people did. And that really helped cinemas recovering after COVID, for example. So it's also like a community building, and they're very loyal customers, so to say.
Sure. Thank you.
So apart from, if we take away all the problems of implementing Setway, we can implement it. What is the key for the younger audience to actually do this? Is it that it's a subscription-based model? Is it that the key? But for instance, in Sweden, everyone has a Spotify subscription. So the young generation, is it that the selling point for them, that they will automatically every month just be in subscription?
It's cheap, yeah. cheap.
Streaming platform, yes, the Netflix and
yeah,
everything, you know. Yeah. So it. No. Okay.
I mean,
sorry.
the price is attractive. I suppose, you know, if you're a young student, it's 18 euros a month. You know, it's affordable. I mean, it's cheaper than a gym subscription sometimes.
Yeah.
I think one of the things in Cineville, especially in the Netherlands, is difficult for me to talk about the other Cinevilles, of course, but is the way it's a community. You know, you belong. You have the card. You come there. You see the regular faces. And for example, in my own cinema, there are a lot of people that are going and they met in the cinema. You know, and now they start to meet and go to movies together. And before, and they were going alone. So it's also a sense of community and belonging to a special group. So you can also consider them like the VIPs of your cinema, because they are really important as a member of your part of your visitors.
I will add something as well. So in gallery, I'm not sure about the other cinema because I do not work for Cineville. They have their own NGO actually, but we do have. According to the seats available per room, we have seats dedicated for Cinevillers. So we have like 30 seats that are reserved for them, available 1 hour and a half before each screening. And so if you have the Cineville card, you're like guaranteed to have a seat, even though it's already full booked on the online. We have like this seats available for them.
That's actually a great advantage.
Yes.
and my question would be, what kind of box office software do you use? Because this is an issue here in Bulgaria as well.
What was what?
The box office software, platform or whatever.
It's a Cine Office.
Cine Office.
Yes.
Okay. Is it for all the cinemas in Belgium, or is it just yours?
We are actually thinking about trying something else called UTIC, which is a dedicated Belgian platform, because I'm not sure Cine Office is just for Belgium, and we would like something with customer support in Belgium, because I think it's from France, Cine Office, I'm not wrong.
Okay, because I know in the Netherlands there is one new platform that was implemented some time ago. It's actually developed by 2 Bulgarians. But I don't know the name, and they're now wondering whether to implement it here in Bulgaria, so I really want to know whether it's worth it. I don't know if you know your box office platform, Tom. Which one?
It's called Maxbox.
So it's not that one.
No, and it has been there for a long time, so I don't think it's not Bulgarian made, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. We're just wondering how to do it in terms of practicalities.
Yeah, okay.
One software developed in Tartu, Estonia, and it's also collaborate to Innovate project. Yeah. So you can contact them. They're willing to sell the software out of the Estonia. So we even are in touch with them and trying to figure out whether it's gonna suit us or not. Because this is the truly cinema dedicated ticket system, not like a theater, event, other. So they have all those facilities that we need to work with audience distributors and so on. I'm actually pitching their project. Sorry, but they are very
you
nice
some
people.
Stocks, right?
Yeah, well, not yet, but that's a good idea. Yeah, I did it backwards. Okay, so if there's good, yes.
Let's go for the coffee, right?
Yes, let's do it. This is a very, very long day. I hope you're gonna finish. Well, we have like with exercises. Yes. Enjoy the coffee, and we'll be back 4:15.